Welcome back, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning up all the dead branches and weak branches on this juniper before winter comes. And I'm going to go a little bit more drastic than you probably should on a juniper, but my theory behind it is any branch that's, really weak, but it's pretty long, it's going to be using quite a bit of energy just for, a little bit of foliage at the end. So I'm going to leave a lot of it, but there are some things that normally you probably wouldn't take off that I'm just going to take off. And I have you kind of on a downward vantage point, just because when you look at it right now from like a bonsai vantage point, it's really hard to make out anything because there's so many dead branches. But once I get this all kind of cleared out, I'll bring the camera down so you can see what it looks like from the trunk, and you can kind of see what I was seeing at the nursery and why I ended up getting this juniper. And it's mainly just because of the trunk and all the really good back budding that's super close to the trunk on the main branches. So come spring, I'll be able to trim back to those back buddings and let this thing kind of grow into a very small but fat trunk tree. So I'm going to get started on trimming this up and just let you guys watch. Again, I know I'm going to be taking off some branches that I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to seal them up as quick as I can. And I'm not going to lose too much foliage. A lot of this stuff is completely dead, so I'm going to go ahead and get going here. Alright everybody, so that's all I'm going to take off of this juniper right now, but I'm just going to show you the trunk, the main trunk. So what's so cool about this is it's got a nice, tapered fat trunk that has some movement to it. It also has these really nice thick branches coming off, and as you can see, there's like back budding all over these branches up top here, right? So what I'll be able to do come spring is cut these branches all the way back to the back budding, right? And I'll be able to do some really good ramification right off the bat. So I'll be able to start off with some really nice, well-tapered, thick branches, and then develop branches coming off of those branches. And let me see if we can, as you can see, it's got a really cool looking trunk. There's definitely a lot of possibilities with this one. And I think now that I slip potted it, it should become much more healthy. This thing was, as you can see, the pot was, well, if you go back to my shorts, I have a video of it, but the pot was literally not a pot. The whole side of it was missing. The roots on that side were hanging out and they were kind of dead. So the only side that had good roots was the other side of the pot. So now that I have it in here, slip potted, I'm going to soak this thing down. We still have quite a few days that are going to be in the 60s here in the state of Maine, so I feel like this thing still has a little bit of growth before it goes into its dormancy. But again, I'm gonna leave all this foliage just to better help it last through the winter. So subscribe to the channel, everybody, and you'll see this thing completely transform in the spring. And then I'll probably leave it in this pot at least until next fall. If I decide that it's growing great, I might leave it in here, you know, for a whole year and not repot it until the following spring. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, and as always, thanks for watching, everybody.